quick gut reaction check of what's holding you back right now. If you had to just ask yourself, what is the one thing that's holding you back most from hitting your goals? In this video, I'm going to talk about what I'm doing right now, which is my self-guided solo retreat. I try to do this every 3 months, so roughly every quarter. I'm on the Sunshine Coast of British Columbia. There's a beautiful rainforest behind me. It's lightly raining right now. I'm gonna jump in that hot tub as soon as I finish recording this. But first, what I wanted to share with you guys is why I do this, why I think this might value a lot of people watching this video, and how I structure this. So these self-guided retreats are something I've been doing for the last couple of years. I started in 2018. The way I look at this is there's two main purposes. One purpose of this retreat is to audit what has happened in my life the past couple of months. And the second one is to set out goals and systems to make sure I get to where I want to go in the upcoming couple of months. You know, it's interesting. Some of you guys might know that before I quit my job to start my business, my digital marketing agency, I worked in public accounting at a Big Four accounting firm. And we worked with companies who spend millions of dollars hiring our firm simply to audit their financial statements and make sure that it reflected the reality of the business, make sure their KPIs are on target, etc. And it got me thinking, why don't people spend 5% of that effort auditing their own lives, making sure your life is going the direction you want it to go, making sure the KPIs of your life are in range. And that's kind of a business frame of looking at this, but it's something that originally got me thinking. And I have found since I've been doing this, it's had a massive positive impact on accelerating my business and my personal life and allowing me to be happier, healthier, have better, more fulfilling relationships, and just feel like a more centered, powerful person navigating through the world. So I want to share a bit about how I structure this. And if you guys want to copy my model, please feel free. If you want to modify this to make it work better for you, then I also encourage you to do that. So first and foremost, what I do is I go to a different physical location than where I live and work. So I live and work out of my downtown Vancouver apartment surrounded by skyscrapers. As you can see right now, I'm in a rainforest in the middle of nature. Why I do this is it interrupts my patterns of thought and what I've been conditioned to think. So people become conditioned to think a certain way based on their environment, and I want to switch that up. I don't want to wake up and think the same thing and have the same ideas I've had over the last weeks and months in my apartment. I want to think expansively about new ideas and about new thoughts. I think for a lot of people, they've lived in the same apartment, they've had the same job for so long that they're just conditioned to think the same way. So step one is go to a different physical environment, book an Airbnb, book a hotel room, make an actual event out of it, take it seriously, and then move into going through these exercises. So the second step is put your phone in airplane mode. And this one's really important. The point of this is to think about what you want, a self-reflective exercise. It's best to do this without any influence from your friends, your family, your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, kids, any of that. When you're constantly being interrupted to reply to people on DMs, text message, WhatsApp, whatever, it takes you out of your thought process. So for 2 days, every 3 months, I suggest you turn your phone off, put it in airplane mode. Give yourself this time to plan out what you want to do with your life. So that's the ground level. Now, what I like to do when I'm here and what I'm going to be doing on this retreat is I'm using 2 different frameworks. Now, I didn't create these frameworks, other people have, and I'm going to share a little bit about both of them with you here now. So I'm going to bring up my notes. Now, the first framework I'm using was developed by someone named Eric T. Strauss. He's an executive coach, and it's the 3-year visioning exercise. So essentially, this is where you create a vivid vision for what your life and what your business is going to look like 3 years in the future. So the idea is 3 years is long enough so that you can set ambitious goals, and it's not so long that it seems really far out of reach. So a couple of these questions that Eric says we should ask ourselves are as follows. Where are you living? What does your environment look like? What do your relationships look like? Your spouse, your family, your friends, your kids. What is the predominant feeling you have when you're with all of them? What does your health and fitness look like? What does your spiritual life look like? What does your financial life look like? How much money are you earning? What is your net worth? How are you earning that money? So those are about 5 of 20 questions that he encourages you to ask. And you are answering all these questions as yourself 3 years in the future. Then you create that vivid vision and work towards it. Now, the second framework I like to use is called the Elysium Retreat. And this was actually created by a friend of mine, Derek. There's a total of about 13 exercises in this, at least the version that I'm using. And I've just selected a few here to share. So the first one is, how do we spend our time? Audit your typical weekday each hour. So you want to go back over the weekdays that you have and look at what you're actually doing. Maybe you get up, you read, you check Instagram, you work, you text message people, you hit the gym, whatever. But the thing is that we're not auditing weekends, because weekends make up a minority of your life. The majority of your life is made up by weekdays. So the idea is that you want to engineer your weekdays to be great, productive, fun, filled with joy, etc. So it's auditing every hour of what you're doing throughout your weekdays and then seeing how to improve it, both from the perspective of doing higher leverage tasks to grow your business, grow your profit, grow your margins faster, and high leverage task in terms of what's going to fill you up with happiness, joy, contentness, centeredness, so you can both achieve your goals and be happy doing it. The next one here is, I really like this one. It's just a quick gut reaction check of what's holding you back right now. If you had to just ask yourself, what is the one thing that's holding you back most from hitting your goals? You know what? I'd love you guys to throw in the comments below what you think that is for you. In your gut, being fully honest with yourself, what's holding you back right now? The next one, which is one I really love, is the 3 lists of freedom. So these are essentially do not do lists. So make a list of things you don't enjoy doing, things you can't do, so things you're really bad at, and things you shouldn't do. So the shouldn't is actually the trickiest one. The things you shouldn't do are ones you can do, but you're not that good at them. They drain your energy, etc. So you make that list and then you try to set up your life so you don't do them, which means you delete them, you delegate them, or you automate them. And I love this. Oftentimes people think that to achieve your goals, you have to add more things. Often it's the complete opposite. You need to take away things that are wasting your time, wasting your energy, and holding you back. So those are, I'll link to both of those in the description below. And yeah, other than that, it's also just a meditative, reflective experience coming out here in nature and planning out what I want my next 3 months to look like. A couple more things to mention is you're never going to feel like you have time. I have clients that are emailing me that want to meet this weekend, meet right when I get back. I've had to put them off. There's a few tasks that I'm having to put off to do this, but trust me, it's worth it. It's worth letting a few fires burn, getting a little bit behind on a few things, because when you come back, you're gonna have clarity, purpose, and enthusiasm. And what I've found is the 2 or 3 weeks immediately following my return from these retreats, I'm like hyper effective and productive. So that's all I wanted to say in this video. I'd love you guys to take a version of this for yourself and try this out, see how it feels doing this. It's crazy. A lot of people go their entire lives with not turning off their phone for 48 hours or not taking 48 hours for themselves. And they never truly learn who they are and what they want, which is tragic. So this is a way that you can mitigate against that risk. All right, guys, that's everything for today. I'm gonna go jump in that hot tub. I'll leave this camera rolling for another minute so you can enjoy the sound of the rain. And until next time, I'll see you later.